In a recent interview with World Boxing News, Deontay Wilder said it's Dillian Whyte's fault that he hasn't got a title shot yet, stating that Dillian Whyte had two options he offered him. One of the options are that he could have signed a one deal with PBC and he would got that title shot. And at that time, Dillian Whyte was shopping for a new promotional company since him and Eddie Hearn wasn't seeing eye to eye. Another option Deontay Wilder said he gave him was if Dillian Whyte fight Luis Ortiz like the WBC ordered. If he beat Ortiz, he would have got a title shot against him. If you're the number one contender, you should not have to wait 600 days for a title shot. Regardless what the situation is, Dillian Whyte should have had his title shot. And Deontay Wilder's making a bunch of excuses and he ducked him. Let's just call it what it is. The crazy part about this is no reason to duck him if you're Deontay Wilder. I had Deontay Wilder knocking Dillian Whyte out, to be honest. Dillian Whyte is a very aggressive fighter, and I think Deontay Wilder would end up catching him with something. Deontay Wilder claims to be the baddest man on the planet. So why don't you fight your mandatories? Wilder concludes by saying it's a shame this situation happened, but he said it's all Dillian Whyte's fault, so don't feel sorry for him. Now the agenda channels and the fanboys will support this. But the same WBC that you said is corrupt for Canelo, you can use the same argument for Deontay Wilder, because Dillian Whyte has been a number one contender for 600 days. He should have had his title shot. You can't have it both ways. One scenario is not corrupt, and the next scenario it's okay to do what they're doing. In reality, Deontay Wilder should have been stripped, period. He also talks about Anthony Joshua. I think Deontay Wilder has come to terms that him and Anthony Joshua will not meet in an undisputed, undefeated championship fight. And that's because of greed. He goes on by saying basically that Anthony Joshua folded under pressure. Wilder says that's why they kept him from him. He said that him and Anthony Joshua fought, he would have knocked him out sooner than Andy Ruiz did. When you look back at the situation, Deontay Wilder was offered $100 million for the zone and Anthony Joshua, $20 million to fight Dominic Brazil, and $40 million for each fight with Anthony Joshua, and he turned it down. So if they was really trying to keep you away from Anthony Joshua, they wouldn't have gave you no offers. And that wasn't the first offer they gave him. What I can't understand is how you can take credit for another man's victory. Andy Ruiz knocked out Anthony Joshua. Deontay Wilder didn't. Styles make fights. Just because Andy Ruiz knocked out Anthony Joshua does not mean Deontay Wilder can. But him and his fanboys continue to take credit for it. Leave your comments below. JBZ, subscribe to the channel. I'm out.